Cool.
All right.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for being on the panel talking about video, something that is really emerging
Yep.
for startups, businesses, all sorts of brands around the world.
Yeah, what's exciting for me is that at the end of the day, you either get it or you don't get it. If you get it, you know you need video to sell your company, to get it out there, and because of technology, and because of things like Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and blah, 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 if you're not cutting edge, you're not there.
Totally. It's all storytelling, right?
Yeah.
Like Lynn said, people remember stories. And text is great, pictures are great, but if you can tell it through video, which a person hears, watches, is totally in, and you can tell a good story, that person buys it.
Yeah, but what's interesting is that in the old days, you could do a half-hour story, you could do an hour story. Our attention span has shrunk dramatically.
Totally.
So what's imperative to companies and the companies that hire young filmmakers, and I consider myself, trust me, I consider myself a young filmmaker.
Good,
baby.
good. Always young.
Yeah, baby.
Yes.
So you've got to be succinct, you've got to be tight. So initially you would, in the old days, you'd do a story about a company and it would be maybe 30 minutes or 15 minutes. You've got to tighten that. You've got to make sure that you compress it to get on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the social networking things, and it's compelling enough that they'll stay with it for longer than 30 seconds. Because if you don't grab them in 30 seconds, they're bailing out because they've got an email they've got to answer or a Facebook request that they have to deal with.
Or they just don't give a shit.
Exactly, they don't care. So part of my job as a writer, director, producer, I look at a company and I go, what's compelling about them? What's the eye candy? What's that thing with that? What's the hook?
Yeah, the hook. Okay.
If you get the hook and then you hook them, you got them, and then they'll stay a little bit longer. But even if they're going to stay a little bit longer, you got to get the resolution part of your story of what you want them to walk away with, so that they will revisit.
So, if I'm a startup, right, I sell to consumers directly.
Yep.
I have a slot for a 60-second video on YouTube.
Yep.
And I have 15 seconds until they can skip the ad.
Yep.
What higher level concept would you tell me to follow if I want that hook?
The hook, I'm a visual guy. Like if it doesn't visually grab you at the start, people think, am I visual, am I audio, am I tactile? Like, humans are defined that way.
Yeah.
Because of how technology has evolved, especially for younger people, we're visual first, and tactile last.
What do you mean tactile?
Tactile is, how are you feeling?
Oh, yeah,
How are you feeling,
yeah.
my friend?
Okay.
Now, how are you feeling, my friend?
Difference. Yes.
What do you feel differently? When I look at you and
Closer.
I touch you,
Yeah.
you feel in them. It's like, but you don't have that with video. So, yeah, it's just like, hug me, baby. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So I don't have that.
Yeah.
So I need to go boom. And I need to be compelling in the first 15 seconds where I've done this without doing that.
Oh, I see. That's an interesting concept.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
And you know that's true even in personal interactions. You touch someone while you're talking to them, boom, very different.
Yeah.
Very different charisma.
And some people don't like it. The other thing too is, what's interesting is as someone that deals with that, some people, if you touch them, they don't like you.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So you have to read the body language. Your body language is open. No, you're not like me. I'm just like stay away.
Yeah.
So when I approach people, whether I'm interviewing a CEO or I'm interviewing an actor or blah blah blah, I look at their body language. I know I can go to you and go like this.
Yeah.
Now if you sat differently, there's no way I would do this because it would alienate you. You would distance yourself, and it'd be harder for me to get what I want.
100%.
So. When I work with people, I work with them at many, many, many levels. It's not just, let's just shoot them, let's frame them nicely, let's just ask them questions.
Yeah.
You've got to be aware of what their needs are, not just what your needs are.
And it's all about understanding people.
Exactly.
You can't tell stories until you understand people.
Yeah.
So how would you, if I'm a film student, how would you translate that touch into, into
people
video?
like you, by the way. I just noticed that.
People like me?
Yeah, go figure.
How would you figure out that touch and make that in a video? Is
Well-
it emotion, visual, pain, joy?
Depending on, that's a complex question, and depending on what you're doing and what the end result is. So I look at, when I talk to my client, I go, at the end of the day, what is your perfect scenario?
Yeah.
And then I work backwards. It's not from my needs or my wants, it's from my client's needs and wants. So some clients will go, I don't need it to go global. I don't want 2 million hits. I want 100,000 hits of people that will click and buy. So I'm going, yeah, and that's where people make mistakes. They go, hey, I just had 4 million downloads of my video. Well, how many of them turned into active clients that made you revenue? None. Well, then that was the wrong thing to do. So I'd rather have 10 people look at it that buy my client's product
100%.
than a million people look at it that just look at it.
Totally. So I've seen a lot of products being built. I even started a podcast.
Yeah.
And what I was thinking in the start was, if I'm as general as possible, that means more people will share it. What I learned was, the narrower it is, the more likely it is that if it resonates with you, then you can share it with someone.
Yeah.
I will think of something specific and say, oh, that person needs it because this is his or her exact thing.
Exactly. You figured it out. Most people haven't yet.
Yeah.
And I look at so much that's out there on the internet, Facebook and marketing, and you're going, there's shotgun. I'm not a fan of shotgun advertising. I don't believe in that, because nowadays people are so specific in what they want to look at and how long they'll look at it. You've got what I call narrowcast.
Yeah.
You've got to laser focus on who they are and how do you reach that particular group. As I said, I don't care if I get 1 million views if they don't buy it.
Yeah. It's a vanity metric.
Yeah.
So you said in the start that some people get it, or they don't get it. Is that getting it something that you're born with, or can you train yourself to get it? I ask great questions,
man.
I know.
I don't want to talk to him anymore. Okay. People are going to hate this. I believe that very few people can get it unless they have it already. So it's like I can't be, look at my body. I can't be a pro football player. I don't have the skill set. I don't have the body. I don't have the mind. That just doesn't apply to football players and hockey players and baseball players. It applies to everybody everywhere on the planet. So just because you want to be a film director or producer doesn't mean you have the skill set. And at times you may go to the best universities and under the best tutelage. And trust me, I speak at film festivals. I speak at universities worldwide. And I'll meet with students at times, and I'll look at them and go, and it breaks my heart to say, go be a doctor.
Yeah.
But I can't give people false hope.
Yeah.
It's wrong of me. And they may hate me for the rest of my life, and they may become successful. And I love when people prove me wrong.
Yeah.
I love it. So prove me wrong. But at the end of the day, most of the time I'm right.
That makes sense. And this is across the board for entrepreneurship, writing, music, football. You might be inclined towards it and you can become better, but if you totally don't have a starting point, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Well, even if you're talented, even if you're smart, it's very, very hard. So I'm an advocate of friends and family. Like, I'm loyal. Like, I'm Canadian. Though I live in the States for the last 150 years, I'm Canadian. Canadians are loyal.
Yeah.
So anybody that I've worked with in the past, if I can help them 20 years later, 30, matter of fact, I directed this young actress 40 years ago, 35 years ago, that I just met her and I just directed her new documentary.
Look at that.
Because I wanted to help her. And she's talented, she's smart, and I love her product, but at the end of the day, I'm a loyal guy.
Yeah. You know that parallel when it comes to companies?
Yeah.
If I saw your company, like not yours, but generally, if I saw a company and it told a story and I bought into it, never mind I bought the product or not, the next time I see it, I'll be loyal.
Yeah.
If I have the relationship. So what's one thing people should not do when they're telling their brand or their own story on video?
Well, people take shortcuts. So one of the biggest problems is that just because it's cheap, just because you can get a guy that's out of university that has a D5 camera that can shoot, 60p,
Yeah.
doesn't mean he's the right guy for you because of the price point.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that's deceptive is you can look at someone's show reel, and when you look at show reels, did they shoot it? Did they direct it? Did they produce it? So it's all about this. Like, you meet people and you go, I want to
Yeah.
work with that person, and I'm just gonna. It's a leap of faith, because at the end of the day, can we all shoot? Yes. Can we all
Yeah.
frame? Yes. Can we all tell a story? Yes. It's who you feel comfortable with. There are certain talents that I get to work with over and over again because I feel good with them and they feel
Yeah.
good with me, and they're loyal. It's all about how you feel. If you feel good with that person, try them.
Totally. No, a computer won't get you clients. A program won't get you clients.
No.
You talking to people, understanding them, having a relationship, and making them like you.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. And but being honest, the one thing is, I just met you. I will never lie to you. You can ask me anything, and I will tell you the absolute truth. And if it's uncomfortable, I'll say I can't say it.
Yeah.
So the secret to working with clients, to working with talent, is you got to be brutally, brutally honest. Now, actors and actresses, they're delicate, but at the end of the day, they do want to hear if they sucked. You just have to say, you can't say you sucked.
Yeah. Oh, you
need to
can't?
say, no, you should.
Okay,
You say,
okay.
so I really like some of what you've done, but let's fix this
Okay.
area. It's how it's all about marketing. It's all
Yeah.
about delivery.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Last, now that you said that you want to be brutally honest, I'll ask one question.
Ah,
I gotta figure out the question. So, yes. What we talked about, right?
yeah,
Some people get it, some people don't get it.
yeah.
And you've got to be brutally honest. What is one thing people should ask themselves about getting it or not getting it so that they're successful? How do they figure out that they get it or not?
That's a very complex question. So, when I say at the end of the day, is this what you really want to do?
Yeah.
If it's what you want to do, I was so arrogant as an 18, 19, 20-year-old. I wrote, directed, and produced, and financed everything I did. So I didn't give a crap what you thought, or you thought, or you thought, or you thought.
You're 19 years old, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it. I was lucky. Things are different now. So, my advice is find someone you believe in and get advice from them. Become a mentor. Like you and I should mentor young people to help them out so they don't make the mistakes you and I have made.
So many.
Yeah.
So many. All right, thank you. This was wonderful.
My
So much
pleasure.
great stuff. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.